Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Anurag sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak to such august audience. I have done my law, but I'm not an advocate. And today, speaking in front of dignitaries like yourselves who are stalwarts in the field of law, I feel like giving a submission for the first time in Supreme Court of India in front of the judges. So please bear with me, but thank you so much, Anurag sir, for having me here. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Until a decade and a half ago, I didn't even knew what these words were, leave apart the meaning of theirs. But today, these lines define the work that I do. Hi, my name is Deepika Narayan Bharadwaj. I'm an independent journalist, a documentary filmmaker, a social activist, and I run an NGO called the Ekam Nyaay Foundation. Equal rights, equal justice is our motto, and we counsel and help those men and their families in India who are in distress because of false accusations, wrongful prosecution, very bitter matrimonial disputes, domestic violence, sexual abuse, child custody disputes, and feel helpless and unheard as our laws dealing with gender justice primarily treat only women as victims. In February 2025 this year, I stood next to Captain Rakesh Walia, a senior citizen, a decorated soldier of the Indian Army, retired. He was falsely accused of rape by a woman who has lodged 9 rape and molestation cases in Delhi alone in the last 6 to 7 years. There was not an iota of evidence against Captain Rakesh Walia. His only mistake was to meet this woman for digital promotion of his book, which was a world's bestseller. In just 1 hour of a car drive with him, where he picked this woman up from Chhatarpur metro station and dropped her at Botanical Garden metro station, this lady cooked up a case of brutal rape. We had to approach all the way Supreme Court to get him justice, which found him innocent, and now we have got the woman booked for extortion. In January 2024, I got a call at 10:30 p.m. in the night by Dheeraj Gupta. He was crying profusely. We often do not think that men can cry, but that night he was crying profusely. He had just come out of jail after spending 5 months on a fabricated charge of rape by a woman he had not even seen. I repeat my words, he had not even seen, forget even touching her. He was implicated in this case because the people who filed this false rape case on him wanted to extort 50 lakhs. These are just 2 instances of countless cases that we deal with on a daily basis where people who are presumed guilty by the system, the men, we help them every single day. We handheld them and we tell them that there is a hope and it is not hopelessness everywhere. It is tough to do this work, but still it is an important work in today's time and today's generation. At Ekam Nyaay Foundation, we have in the last 1.5 years counseled more than 2,000 men and their families. And I say this as families, though we primarily talk to and counsel men, because behind every man, there's an entire set of family comprising of women, children who suffer if this man suffers. We have got more than 37 people arrested who were false accusers, extortionists, by working on ground with authorities and pleading to them that you need to listen to the other side as well. We are living in times where we are in 21st century, but in our country, the laws and the system do not recognize that a man can also be a victim of domestic violence. A man can also be a victim of sexual abuse. A man can also be a victim of very, very devious means to trap him in false cases and extort money out of him. And last but not the least, that a man can also be beaten up behind 4 walls. And when he speaks up, the system does not hear them. At Ekam Nyaay Foundation, we are trying to bridge the gap and tell people that justice belongs to everyone and not just one particular gender. I'm very pleased to share with all of you as well that though we are an organization that works on men's issues, on 16th of November 2025, we held our first conference, the Ekam Nyaay Conference, where Though until now we have felt as orphans because people do not want to speak about these issues publicly because you are seen a misogynist or anti-women or anti-feminist. We had former Chief Justice of India, Justice UU Lalit, speaking at a conference and saying that what we stand for is truly the need of hour. Being pro-justice does not mean anti-women. And it is the onus on our system, our judiciary, that while actual perpetrators get punished, no innocent should be victimized by putting him through a trial, a criminal trial for years and years when he has done no wrong. Thank you so much once again, Anurag sir, and it's always an honor to speak on the stage. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.